some sort of lymphoma. The Epstein-Barr and other viruses had activated, and it was going chronic. I contacted the Palo Alto Institute in California and talked with Pauling's people, Linus Pauling, who, by the way, had 480 honorary PhDs and 2 Nobel Prizes. Correspondingly, they put me on to Dr. Cathcart in Philadelphia, and they said, if you take vitamin C at the appropriate doses 3 times a day, what will happen is you'll kill the virus. Their claim was any virus, any acute virus, will be killed by vitamin C if it's used properly. Now, that's what happened. And this is the issue now with the Codex. I've been taking 25 grams of C for 20, 22, 23 years, and if they cut off the supply of C, I've been told by physicians I'm in deep trouble. I contacted
I have pieces for you. I've practiced orthomolecular medicine for many, many years, and what you say is right. Although most people can't handle, their GI tracts can't handle that dose of vitamin C. So there's another...
Mine won't handle that.
No, Bert can only take 1 gram. I can take 20 or more. There's another product which we recommend. It's Nano Silver, and we, the Natural Solutions Foundation, recommends a particular source, which you can find if you go to our website, healthfreedomusa.org. Nano Silver will kill all pathogens against which it's been tested, currently 635 of them, including the H5N1 virus, which we believe to have been weaponized,
modified, yeah.
And the HIV supposed causal virus. We're talking about an immensely important, completely safe, and totally universally applicable.
And that's why they're trying to restrict that. Right here in Texas, they're trying to...
Essentially, my comment... Hello?
Yeah, they're trying to kill you, sir.
Yes.
Yep.
Essentially, my comment is about the suppression of orthomolecular solutions. In my case, it worked. The doctor who, in fact, supported me in this particular endeavor was quite severely chastised. And there was some quite interesting political things that were happening 20-odd years ago. So I wanted just to put that in. I wanted to sort of show that, because there's so much talk about, the suppression of medical solutions, orthomolecular and alternative medical solutions. This is just one case, and I thought I'd tell you about it. But thanks for the information.
You.
Appreciate it.
There is a war against natural medicine, but there's also a war against the people who are bringing you natural medicine, against physicians and non-physicians who are sharing this information and using these techniques, an absolute war against them.
And the reason is because they work. They work just like they work for you. They work for me. They work for Rima, Dr. Rima. They work for people who use them, and the people who are in this genocidal approach do not want something that like that works. They would much rather give you GMO. They'd much rather give you drugs.
Stay there. Got a break. Here we go. Final segment.
Attention.
Skip this break, too. We're on Internet only. I appreciate your call, Robert. I'm going to talk to Sherry and Dan just for Internet only, but that's tens of thousands live right now and hundreds of thousands within a day and millions within weeks. That's the exponential power of the web. That's why they're now moving. I've got to do a whole show on this to attack the web. They're openly announcing it. They're shutting it down all over the place. Definitely things are moving quicker than I had even thought. And I don't like that because I want more time to beat these people. But let's take a few final calls, and we'll come back on live on air and say bye to our guests. And let's not wait a year before we have General Stubblebine and Dr. Laibow back on the show. Let's go ahead and go to Sherry in Texas. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. I just had a question for Dr. Laibow.
Okay.
About chemtrails and their effect on humans. I have a family member who has stage 3 breast cancer, and she believes in chemtrails. Finally, I finally got pictures of them, video of them, showed them to her. Said, "These are not contrails, Mom." And she, oh well, there you go. But she basically doesn't think that they're affecting anything, and doesn't take.
She doesn't believe in them because she doesn't understand them.
Well, let me just be clear. The chemtrail phenomenon, it's a cocktail. There's a bunch of different operations going on, and it's highly classified. They're only admitting the weather modification portion of them. And so we don't know. We need more research. But I know this. Until 96, trails were up there. They formed at 30,000 feet or higher. They were there for 30 seconds a minute. Now they're there for 2 hours while I'm in the garden, and then they start floating down. But go ahead, Doctor.
Well, what I was going to say is if you go to if you Google Morgellons, MORGELLONS Morgellons disease and Natural Solutions Foundation. If you Google both of those, you will find an article that I have written about chemtrails and Morgellons disease with photographs, with electron photomicrographs, and there's also a forum. The Natural Solutions Foundation sponsors and hosts forums where people can talk to each other about specific issues, whether it's vaccination or Morgellons disease or whatever. And if you join that, you will find other people who will be able to tell you about chemtrails. They're very, very dangerous. The fact that your mom doesn't believe in them is kind of irrelevant.
Well, she believes. She doesn't think they're bad.
Right.
Well, listen, we're out of time. Thank you so much, Sherry. I'm going to try to cram Dan in for the full audience. Look, the government is taking foster children and testing pesticides on them until they die. New York Daily News. Believe the people running things are evil. Here we go. All right, real fast, because I've got to let my guests go, and I appreciate them joining us today. Have to have them back very soon. Dan in Illinois, final caller for General Stubblebine, Major General Stubblebine, and Dr. Laibow. Go ahead.
Okay, Alex, I respect your show. Thanks for taking my call. Really quickly, I want to say my stepfather, I live here in Illinois, and he works in the agriculture business, and he does a lot of work with chemicals and fields. That's how he's supported my mother and all of us when I was a kid. And recently, I talked to him. We don't have much of a relationship. And we were in the bar the other night, and he mentioned to me that he works under Monsanto. Now, I know a little bit about Monsanto and part of its agenda. And the thing is I want to bring it up to him, and I want to talk to him about it, but I don't want to hurt his pride because, you know, that's the job in the industry that he's in. And maybe what's the best way that I could go about...
I would give him studies about how it's sterilizing rats and say that, you know, that the studies show that do the same thing to humans. I mean, do you want to be involved in something that's hurting people? Because he's compartmentalized, and I would send him to Infowars.com. I would send him to the website of our guest today. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do like that.
Can I add something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would suggest you tell him that you were listening to the show and you heard General Stubblebine, a man with a career of great luster, who realized that the forces that he was serving throughout his career were not what he understood them to be, and he had the courage to say, I did what I did with a heart of purity, but the people I was working for lied to me, and now I need to spread the information about what's real. Your dad can do the same.
Absolutely, and I'm sorry to say to Dan, and Dr. Laibow and General Stubblebine that we are just flat out of time, but I want to thank you both for spending time with us today, and I want everybody to visit the website, healthfreedomusa.org, and we'll also put it up on the screen. And absolutely, like General Stubblebine was compartmentalized, I was compartmentalized, we all are in life, and the claims we're making are very serious. You better check them out, folks. General Stubblebine, Dr. Laibow, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
I'll try, sir. God bless you, and God bless you too, Dr. Laibow. You guys take care.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.